back. We find ourselves moving on to Hockenheim for the next Grand Prix, and before that we've had some testing at Hockenheim over the last couple of days, mate. And once again, the usual suspects on days 1, 2 and 3 are pretty much finished on top.
Yeah, Max, another Grand Prix where they've testing right before the race.
It's great,
and I love the Hockenheim, even though it's been tilted. I still love the layout of Hockenheim, and I really enjoy the race as well. It's always a good race at Hockenheim.
Love the Hockenheimer ring. It's great. I love anything with a ring on the end of it.
Yeah, mate, during the week, sort of looking at the news and the 3 days of testing at the Hockenheim, I keep saying the Hockenheim. Why don't I just say Hockenheim?
Or the Hockenheimer ring.
The Sharkfin, Max. Sharkfin's been...
it's reared its ugly head again,
yeah,
mate.
Exactly. Red Bull started it, and Toro Rosso, of course, were there straight away. Then Renault came with the Sharkfin, Force India recently, and now there's 2 other teams, Toyota and McLaren. So they're obviously trying the aero. That they can see that there's some benefit in the aero.
Yeah.
And as most of you guys who've watched F1 for a while know, there's a lot of copying that goes on as soon as someone does something different with a barge.
There's loads of copying going on. It's great. And most of it happens underneath where you can't see it.
Yeah, exactly. And lots of people have been trying out the Sharkfin, including McLaren. So we'll see whether they get a little bit more pace, and they'll obviously continue it if they can. No one's been copying the Dumbo wings, the Dumbo ears from Honda.
Which I can't understand that.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Which keeps them, they're evolving. They keep going more and more.
I'm waiting for them to have flappy wings that flap off the back or something.
Yeah,
it's great.
And little wings that sit under the Dumbo wing ears as well.
You know what that tells me? I mean, if I was an owner or a driver or a mechanic of another team, putting all these things on the front of the Honda just tells me that car's shit, and they're trying everything to get anything they can out of it. And sorry, lose the wings.
They haven't done the devil's horns yet, though, have they?
No, they haven't copied BMW yet, but surely that's next.
Alright, Max, well, they've been testing, and as you said, it's been usual suspects doing well at Hockenheim, and the race is coming up soon. Alonso, again, with Ferrari, and Santander changing over to Ferrari from McLaren, and Kimi staying at Ferrari for another year. So there's, as usual, heaps of driver news, and I can see some credence in Alonso going to Ferrari. We've said it before, and also in these sponsorship changes. That it does add up for me, actually. Yeah,
look, I think it's a given. He's going there. He's going there in 2010. As far as I'm concerned, and I think as far as a lot of people are concerned. Kimi's contract runs out at the end of 2009. He's committed to racing next year, as we know. Felipe's contract always finished in 2010, I think at the end of 2010. And Santander, who've been sponsoring McLaren since 2007, when Alonso was driving for them, have committed to Ferrari to switch over from McLaren to Ferrari in 2010. They've committed to sponsoring, of course, McLaren next year. That won't change. But I thought it interesting that the spokeswoman from Santander, or Abby Santander, turned around and said that we're right with McLaren next year. That's not going to change at all. And if anything, they're getting a massive benefit out of having Lewis Hamilton performing so well. So they're still getting a lot of recognition, mate, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I feel like Ferrari's kind of stitched up for 09, but 010, anything could happen, on the driver front, and it makes sense for a big Spanish company to back Alonso in a new venture with Renault doing nothing. So
yeah, exactly, and they'd be more than happy to jump on Ferrari's airbox, and they're going to do that.
Yeah.
What better way to, just without going on about it, but what a better way to have a Spaniard in a Ferrari with a major Spanish sponsor. Perfect.
Dream team. Alright, Max, the last piece of news that we wanted to talk about this week was Ferrari and McLaren sort of making up with their spat, and I really hope this is the last that we hear of it. I'm sure there'll be a little bit more. Even Mosley's been in the news this week. I want all this stuff to be put to bed, Max. I'm sick of it.
Well, it's easier to go after an individual rather than a whole team or a whole corporation. So they've made up with McLaren, which is great, good for the sport, and now they're going after Stepney. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. I think we'll all be glued to it.
Alright guys, well let us know your comments anyway about these issues, and if there's anything else that you think that we should be talking about, let us know.
Okay guys.
Thanks for watching, see you soon. Bye.